Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anne. In today's tutorial, we'll be working this sweater. So you'll need 6 balls of yarn. I had 5 balls of yarn, that's why the neckline does not match the body part. So get 6 balls of yarn so that you don't end up with what I have here. A 3mm hook. We'll start by making the back panel, and then after that we'll make our front panel. The pattern is a repeat of one row, so once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to make your sweater. And after you've made the body part, you'll work the sleeves, both the sleeves, and then you'll join everything together. Let's go ahead and get started with our tutorial. We are going to start by making a slip stitch. We'll be using a 3mm hook and start by making a chain of 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hold off your 15th stitch, chain 1, and on the second stitch make a single crochet, and we are going to make single crochet all the way through. We have 15 single crochet. We are at the end of our first row. We are going to chain 1, and on this second row we are going to single crochet in the back loops only. So just make single crochets in the back loop only, like I am doing, until you get to the end of the row. We are at the end of our row, second row. We are going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we are going to keep making back loop single crochet on the third row too, and we are going to repeat this until we have a total number of 81 back loop single crochet rows. So keep doing this until you have 81 rows, and I will meet you guys after you've made your 81 rows. So we've made a total number of 81 rows, and that is it for our bottom ribbing. So we are not going to cut off our yarn. What we are going to do, we are going to make single crochets on top of our back loop single crochet. So you're going to chain 1, and on this first stitch make a single crochet, and on the second stitch make a single crochet. So we are going to be making single crochets until we have a total number of 81 single crochet by the end of our row. By the end of your row, you should have a total number of 81 single crochet, and ensure you are always starting with an odd number. Anyway, we are going to move on to our second row, and you're going to make a chain of 1, and then turn your work, and on this first stitch you're going to make a single crochet, and you're going to make a double crochet in the same stitch. Then skip 1 stitch, and in the third stitch make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip 1 stitch, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip 1, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip 1, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch, and you're going to do that until you have 3 stitches left at the end, and I will meet you guys there. Are at the end of our row. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 stitches left. We are going to skip 1, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch, and then we are going to skip one, and on this last stitch we are going to make a single crochet only, and then we are going to chain one, and we are moving on to our second row. And on this row, on this first stitch, you're going to make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip this stitch, skip the double crochet stitch, and on a single crochet stitch make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch, and just keep repeating that pattern until you are at the end of your second row. We are almost at the end of our row, and we are going to make a single crochet and a double crochet, and we are on our last stitches. We are going to skip this one, and on this last stitch we are going to make a single crochet. So always ensure you're finishing your row with a single crochet, and you're going to chain one, and we are moving on to our third row, and on this single crochet you're going to make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. You skip this stitch and make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch, and you're going to repeat this pattern until you have a total number of 50 rows for the back panel. You're going to repeat this pattern until you have a total number of 50 row for this panel. And when you're making this stitch pattern, always ensure you start with an odd number. So we are going to keep doing this. I'll meet you guys after I'm done with my 50 rows. So we are done with our back panel. I've made a total of 50 rows. So we are going to start making our front panel. Start the same way you started this one until you get to 45 rows. So for our back panel, I've done a total number of 50 rows of this Suzette stitch, but for the front panel we had to split for our shoulder area. So what I did, 45 rows, then cut off your yarn, and you're going to count up to 25 stitches on one side, and on that side you're going to make 5 rows of the Suzette stitch and then cut off your yarn, and on the other side again you're going to count 25 stitches, and then on those 25 stitches you're going to repeat this stitch for 5 rows. Okay, and then you cut off your yarn after you've done 5 rows on both sides, and then in total you'll have 50 rows for the front panel and 50 rows for the back panel too. I hope that is clear. So to join our shoulder part, we are going to count 25 on the back panel, and you're going to join with the 25 on the front panel. That is 25 stitches. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook in the very first stitch, yarn over, pull through, that's a single crochet, and you're going to make a single crochet in the next stitch and a single crochet in the next stitch, and we are going to be joining using single crochets. So join using single crochet, and by the end of this row you should have joined 25 on the back and 25 on the front, 25 stitches on the front. So do this. I'll meet you guys when we get to our neckline area. So we are done joining our shoulder. We're going to go ahead and join this other side, and we'll have a space for our neckline. So we are going to move on to this lower part, and we are going to join this together. So we are going to start joining using single crochet. We are first going to join these 15 stitches. We made 15 stitches for our bottom ribbing. So first let's join that together. You're going to go through your loop and go through the loop on the other side, make a single crochet, go through your loop and go through the opposite loop, make a single crochet. So just make single crochet until you're done joining the bottom ribbing together. When you get to this part where we started making our Suzette stitch, on the body part we made a total number of 50 rows for the Suzette stitch. So what we are going to do, we are going to join 20 rows on this bottom part. So take your stitch marker and count up to 20. From here up to 20, put a stitch marker and do that on the other side. So we are going to be joining using single crochet, and you should count so that you don't miss any stitch. So this is our first stitch, go through that, and now we are moving on to our second row on this Suzette stitch, go through that. Our third row, go through that. Our fourth row, go through that, and you're going to be joining until you have 20 stitches, and I will meet you guys after that. So I'm done joining 20 stitches on this part of the stitch. They're going to have 30 stitches for our sleeves. So this side we have 30 and this side we have 30. So for the sleeve, we're going to take our yarn and make your slip stitch, and you're going to make a chain. Make a chain of 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. After you've made a chain of 15, you're going to chain 1, and on the second stitch you're going to make a slip stitch, and on the next stitch after that you're going to make a slip stitch, and keep making slip stitches until you get to the end of your row. And also don't make your slip stitches tight so that you can be able to go through them on your next row. So for your second row, after you've made your 15 slip stitches, you're going to make back loops slip stitches, yarn over slip stitch, and you're going to make back loop slip stitches until you get to the end of your row. So instead of going through both loops, you're going to go through the back loops only. It can be a bit difficult if you've made your stitches tight like I have. So that is our second row. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to make slip stitches again. in the back loop stitches, and you're going to repeat this until you have a total number of 60 rows of slip stitches. So just repeat this and try to make your stitches a bit loose so that you don't struggle like I am. That is our third row. So this is our fourth row. You're going to repeat this until you get to your 60 rows, and I will meet you guys after that. So for the cuff area, I've done a total number of 61 rows of back loop slip stitches, and this is what you should have after you're done with your 61 rows of back loop slip stitches. So what you're going to do on top of this stitch, we are going to start making single crochet on top of our stitch. So make your single crochets on top of your stitches, and by the end of this row you should ensure you have a total number of 61 single crochet, so an equal number to the number of rows you made of back loop slip stitches. So just make your single crochets. So we are done with our 61 single crochet. So moving on to our next row, we are going to chain one and we are going to turn our work, and on this very first stitch we are going to make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one stitch, make a single crochet in the next stitch and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one stitch, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one stitch, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. We are going to repeat this until we have 4 stitches left at the end of our row, and I will meet you guys there. We have 4 stitches left, so we are going to skip this one stitch and we're going to make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch, and then we are going to skip this one stitch, and on our very last stitch we are going to make a single crochet in the last stitch, and you're going to chain one and you're going to turn your work, and on the very first single crochet you're going to make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip this double crochet stitch and make a single crochet and a double crochet stitch in the next stitch. Skip this stitch, make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip this stitch, make a single crochet and a double crochet stitch. You're going to repeat this until you are at the end of your second row, and I will meet you guys there. So we are almost at the end of our second row. On this stitch, make a single crochet and a double crochet, and we are going to skip this stitch, and on our last stitch make a single crochet, and from here going onward you're going to be repeating row 2. Always end your row with a single crochet row, and when you're starting your row, start with a single crochet and a double crochet stitch in the same stitch. So just keep that in mind, and you're going to repeat this until you have a total number of 60 rows, and I will meet you guys after that and make 2 matching sleeves. You're just going to repeat the whole sweater, is just basically a repeat of this row. I've done a total number of 60 rows, for both the sleeve. This is my first sleeve. I already did my second one. So we are going to join this to the sweater. We are going to have 30 stitches for our sleeves. So this side we have 30 and this side we have 30, and we have our sleeve. So this is going to be to fit perfectly. Remember, for our sleeves we did 61 stitches. So the middle stitch is going to go through our shoulder area. So we are going to join these together. So let's do that. So we are going to start joining from this corner stitch, and we are going to be joining using a single crochet. So in every stitch make a single crochet. When you get to the point where you placed your stitch marker, remove it, and we are going to keep making single crochets on the opposite side until you're at this point right here at the armpit area, and I will meet you guys there. So just keep making single crochet and ensure you're not missing any stitch. So when you get to the armpit area, we are going to join the remaining part of our sleeve using single crochet like we did the other part, and you're going to do this on both of your sleeves. So we are done joining both of our sleeves. This is what you should have. This is the wrong side. So we are going to move on to our neckline, and since my yarn is over, I'm going to be using this yarn, a different shade of this really, for the neckline area. So for the neckline area, make a stitch, a slip stitch, and make a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and chain one more, and on the second chain make a single crochet, and you're going to single crochet throughout your chain. So this is your first row. On your second row, chain 1, and on the back loops of the single crochet stitches, make back loop single crochet only. By the end of this row, you should have 6 stitches of back loop single crochet. So we are at the end of our row. Chain 1, turn your work, and make back loop single crochet. And we are going to repeat this row until you have a total number of 72 rows of back loop single crochets. So repeat this until you have a total number of 72 back loop single crochet, and that is going to be enough to cover my neckline, or at least what you have for your own neckline. So this is what I have. So what I did, you count your stitches, your single crochet. On the back side I have 31, on the front side I have 31 too, and on this side I have 5, and on this side I have 5. So 31 plus 31 is 62, 62 plus 10 is 72. So we are going to join this to our neckline. So we are going to start joining our neckline, and we are going to be joining using single crochets. So just make your single crochet stitches all around and ensure the stitches match up on your ribbing so that you don't have any loose stitch lying around. I'll also advise, if you want, you can sew your ribbing instead of crocheting like I am. So keep making single crochets until you get to the point where you started, and I will meet you guys there. So join this part and you're done with your neckline area, and basically you're done with your sweater. You're going to sew in all of your loose ends. Ensure you are attaching your ribbing on the wrong side. After that, turn your work, and this is what our neckline ribbing looks like. This is our right side, of course, and these are our sleeves, and everything turned out really nicely. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe, comment, and let me know what you think, and have a lovely day. Bye bye.